Welcome back to Ashok Educational Groups. In this video, I will discuss most important current affairs of November 2020 expected to ask in competitive exams. First, Prime Minister Modi launches India's first ever seaplane service in Gujarat. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has launched the country's first ever seaplane service between the Statue of Unity near Kevadia in Gujarat's Narmada district and Sabarmati riverfront in Ahmedabad. Next, Shaktikant Das heads 40th SARC Central Bank Governors Meet. The 40th meeting of SARC Finance Governance Group was held virtually under the chairmanship of Sri Shaktikant Das, Governor RBI. The meeting was attended by governors from SARC central banks. During the meeting, Mr. Das also inaugurated the SARC Finance Sync, a closed user group secure communication network. Reserve Bank of India, RBI, is current chair of SARC Finance. UNESCO allots India's Panna Tiger Reserve Biosphere Reserve status. In Madhya Pradesh, the Panna Tiger Reserve has been included in the World Network of Biosphere Reserve list of the UNESCO. In the 12th Biosphere Reserve from India to be included in the World Network of Biosphere Reserve, in the third from Madhya Pradesh after Panchmari Biosphere Reserve and Amarkantak Biosphere Reserve. Next, Joe Biden wins the US presidential election. Joseph Robinette Biden has defeated Donald Trump to become the 46th US president. Biden was born November 20, 1942 at St. Mary's Hospital in Scranton, Pennsylvania. California Senator Kamala Harris becomes the first Black and Indian American woman to serve as Vice President. Mumbai Indians win IPL 2020 trophy. Mumbai Indians defeated Delhi Capitals in the final of Dream 11 Indian Premier League 2020 to lift their fifth IPL trophy. Here are the winners, awardees. Rohit Sharma adjudged as a game changer in the match. Usain Bolt named the player of the match. Kings 11 Punjab skipper KL Rahul banks the orange cap. Game changer of the season KL Rahul. Delhi Capitals Kagiso Rabado wins the purple cap. Emerging player of season Devdutt Padikkal from RCB. Rajasthan Royals speedster Joseph Archer emerges as the most valuable player. Next, 12th BRICS Summit. The summit was held under the chairmanship of Russian President Vladimir Putin. India will be taking over the chairmanship of the BRICS in 2021. In this year was the 12th BRICS Summit in 21. Previously, India was the chair in 2012 and 2016. The theme of this edition, global stability, shared security, and innovative growth. International Emmy Awards 2020, Best Drama Series, Delhi Crime from India. Best Actor, Billy Barrett, Responsible Child movie from UK. Best Actress, Glenda Jackson, Elizabeth is a Missing movie from UK. Martyrdom Day of Guru Tej Bahadur. Every year, November 24th is celebrated as the Martyrdom day of Guru Tej Bahadur Singh, the ninth Guru of Sikh religion. Day is celebrated as a Shahidi Divas of Guru Tej Bahadur across the country. Guru Tej Bahadur had resisted forces conversions of non-Muslims to Islam during Aurangzeb's rule. He killed publicly in 1675. Guru Nanak, Sikh's first Guru, their holy book is Guru Granth Sahib. Next, the National Payments Corporation of India, NPCI, has finally allowed Facebook-owned messaging platform WhatsApp to roll out its payment service in the country in a graded manner. The announcement by NPCI came after organization made the crucial change to its regulation concerning to the use of unified payments interface. Next, Reserve Bank of India will evaluate the impact of a multimedia public awareness campaign, RBI Kehta Hai, which was launched in 14 languages to educate the public about safe banking and financial practices. As part of campaign, messages have been launched on basic savings bank or deposit accounts, customers, liability in unauthorized electronic banking transactions, safe digital banking practices, banking facilities for senior citizens, banking abandonment scheme, and cybersecurity, among others. Next, SBM Bank India, the wholly owned subsidiary of State Bank of Mauritius, has partnered with Fitchen Pay Nearby to launch a new banking platform. Both firms signed a memorandum of understanding (MOU) to build an open banking network towards delivering basic banking solutions as well as advanced financial services to their customers. Next, HDFC Bank and Inland Bank have been put in the red flag list, a system used for monitoring foreign portfolio investors FPI limits. A listed company enters the list when the available legroom for overseas the investment is less than 3% of the permissible limit. FPIs can invest up to 74 in both HDFC and Inland Bank. Private lender Yes Bank. Yes Bank has launched an SMS Pay functionally on POS terminals, which would allow merchants to accept contactless and remote payments from their customers. Yes Bank has collaborated with the French payment service company Worldline to launch the new facility. Next, the Airports Authority of India have handed over the Lucknow airport to the Adani Group on lease for a period of 50 years. Apart from this, the Adani Group has will take over operations of 5 more airports. Next, WhatsApp has partnered with 5 Indian banks to process its payment services. These are State Bank of India, HDFC Bank, ICICI Bank, Axis Bank, and Jio Payments Bank. The Facebook-owned messaging platform WhatsApp Inc. has received the approval from National Payments Corporation of India to launch its unified payment interface based payment services in India to let users send or receive money across the country. Next, Life Insurance Corporation of India has launched the digital application for agents for onboarding to get a life insurance policy. The digital application is called Ananda, which is an acronym for Atmanirbhar Agent's new business digital application. Super Typhoon Goni, claimed as the world's strongest typhoon of 2020, has hit the south of Philippines, a main island of Luzon. Goni is one of the strongest storms to hit the Philippines since 2013 Haiyan, which killed more than 6,300 people. Bangladesh and US navies launched the Corporation Afloat Readiness and Training CARAT Bangladesh 2020 to expand the relationship and broaden maritime awareness between two countries. Myanmar's ruling party, led by Nobel laureate Aung San Suu Kyi, claimed the resounding victory. National League for Democracy in Myanmar. Japan and Australia have signed a landmark defense pact in a bid to counter China's growing influence in the South China Sea and over Pacific Island nations. The deal is called Reciprocal Access Agreement (RAA), was signed between Japan Prime Minister Shinzo Suga and his Australian counterpart Scott Morrison. Next, China has launched a historic mission, Chang'e 5, to the moon to collect first lunar samples. Till date, only two nations, the US and the Soviet Union, have been able to collect the lunar samples. Next, Cambridge Dictionary has named quarantine as a word of the year 2020. Chief Justice of India, Sharad Arvind Bobde, and Justice D.Y. Chandrachud of Supreme Court jointly inaugurated India's first ever e-resource center and virtual court called Nyay Kaushal at Judicial Officers Training Institute in Nagpur. As a part of Mission Sagar 2, Indian naval ship INS Airawat has reached Sudan with 100 tons of food aid. Under Mission Sagar 2, INS Airawat will deliver food to Sudan, South Sudan, Djibouti, and Eritrea amid the COVID-19 pandemic. Ministry of Shipping is being expanded and renamed as the Ministry of Ports, Shipping, and Waterways. Next, the Government of India, the Government of Meghalaya and the World Bank has signed a $120 million project to improve and modernize the transport sector of Meghalaya. This will help Meghalaya to harness its vast growth potential for high-value agriculture and tourism. The $120 million loan from the International Bank for Reconstruction and Development IBRD has a maturity of 14 years, including a grace period of 6 years. The International Bank of Reconstruction and Development is a development bank administered by the World Bank. Next, India will host the summit of G20 group in 2023. India was earlier slated to host the summit in 2022. India and Indonesia have swapped their respective hosting year of G20, as Indonesia would also chair the Association of Southeast Nations Asian in 2023. However, now the G20 summit be hosted by Italy in 2021, Indonesia in 22, India in 2023, and also Brazil in 2024. Indian Prime Minister for Electronics and Information Technology Ravi Shankar Prasad has launched UMANG, Umag Mobile App, international version in coordination with Ministry of External Affairs for select countries that include USA, UK, Canada, Australia, UAE, Netherlands, Singapore, and Australia and New Zealand. The West Bengal, Kolkata, will soon feature India's first tire park, where artworks are made from scrap and defective parts will be on display. The West Bengal Transport Corporation will launch this tire park. Yes, a first of its kind solar energy driven miniature train was inaugurated at the Valley Tourist Village, Kerala by Chief Minister of Kerala, Pinarayi Vijayan. Next, Chief Minister of Assam, Sarbananda Sonowal, has laid the foundation stone of Indo-Israeli Center of Excellence for vegetables protected cultivation at Khetri on the outskirts of Guwahati. The Indo-Israeli Center of Excellence for Vegetables. Next, Tiger Reserve. Arunachal Pradesh has become the first in the 8th state northeast to provide insurance cover against COVID-19 for green soldiers. 8 state northeast include Arunachal Pradesh, Assam, Manipur, Meghalaya, Mizoram, Nagaland, Sikkim, and Tripura. Next, India's first Sandalwood Museum is being established in Aranya Bhavan in Ashokapuram, Mysuru, Karnataka. Next, Sadat Rahman from Bangladesh has become awarded the prestigious International Children's Peace Prize 2020. He was awarded the prize for his involvement in setting up his social organization and mobile app, Cyber Teens to stop cyberbullying. The award was presented to 17-year-old Sadat by Nobel Peace Prize laureate Malala Yousafzai during a ceremony in Netherlands. Next, the Philippine Tiger Reserve and the Uttar Pradesh Forest Department have bagged the first ever international award, TX2, for doubling the number of tigers in 4 years against the target of 10 years. TX2 stands for Tiger times 2, signaling the goal to double wild tigers in 2024. PTR had 25 tigers, which went up to 65 in 2018. Next, the Indian Air Force successfully test-fired an air-launched version of the BrahMos supersonic cruise missile from a Sukhoi fighter aircraft in the Bay of Bengal. The aircraft took off from an airbase in Punjab and reached the Bay of Bengal after mid-air refueling. The navies of India, the US, Japan, and Australia began the 4-day-long phase first of Malabar naval exercise in the Bay of Bengal. From the Indian side, destroyer Ranvijay, frigate Shivalik, offshore patrol vessel Sukanya, fleet support ship Shakti, and submarine Sindhuraj will be part of the drill. US Navy ship USS John M. McCain, guided missile destroyer, Australian Navy ship HMAS Ballarat, long-range frigate, Japan maritime self-defense ship JMSDF ship JS Onomi destroyer are participating along with Indian Navy units. Andaman and Nicobar Command has conducted a 3-day three-service combat service code named Bull Strike at Teresa Island in Nicobar group of islands. The exercise focused on interoperability and synergy among three services, Army, Navy, and Air Force to maximize combat potential. The Indian Navy has launched the fifth Scorpion submarine, Vagir, at Magazon dock of South Mumbai. The second edition of India, Singapore, and Thailand Trilateral Maritime Exercise, CITMEX 20, was conducted from in the Andaman Sea. The 2020 edition of exercise is being hosted by Republic of Singapore Navy. Indian Navy ship included Indonesian-built ASW Corvette Kamorta and missile corvette Karmok participated in the exercise. Next, China has sent to space the world's first 6G experiment satellite. Next, Vice President of India, Venkaiah Naidu, has launched the book titled Tawasa, Tawasa, Tawasmi, Life and Skill Through the Bell Lens of Ramayana. Next, the Indian Railways has introduced a new initiative called Meri Shaheli to provide safety and security to women passengers during their train journey. Meri Saheli. Next, the Lunar Lake in Baldwana district of Maharashtra has been chosen as a wetland site of international importance under Ramsar Ramsar Conservation Treaty. The Keetham Lake is also known as Sar Sarovar in Agra of Uttar Pradesh has been added to the list of Ramsar site. Thank you for watching and don't forget to subscribe for more videos.